Yeah, so first and foremost, this is not about to be one of those videos where I Google a bunch of information and I just list y'all out a bunch of facts. If you're looking for a presentation and bullet points and all that different stuff, you might as well just go to Self's website, because that's not what this is. This is my personal story. This is my personal experience. Now, if you're looking at this video and you have a personal story when it comes to Self as well, if you don't mind, please drop your story in the comments. Anything you have to say about the company that can help some of the newer viewers make the best educated decision for themselves. That's what we want to do. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go through the comments periodically and just pin different posts so we can just help those guys out. So now the housekeeping is out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so per you guys' request, I told you I was going to start dropping some financial sauce here and there. And when it comes to being a dope dad, I just feel like having your cake in order is a part of being a dope dad. And my guys can attest to this. All the males out here, you can attest to this. When that paper ain't right, you know, when your cake ain't right, when your chicken ain't right, whatever you call it, when your money ain't right, sometimes you're not right. And so I feel like it's important for us to have some of these, you know, real conversations sometimes. And so that's what we want to do today. We just want to ensure that our financial house is in order so that we don't even have to focus on that, and we can just put our energy and our focus towards our passions and purpose and just the other beautiful things that life have to offer. So now with Self, if y'all haven't figured it out, if you haven't done any homework yet, Self is nothing more than just a financial company, a fintech company that provides installment loans to their customers. Now preferably, their customers are typically those that's looking to establish credit, or those that are in a position to where they may have made some decisions in the past and they need some help fixing their credit. And I fell into that category. And so just to rewind a little bit and just to, you know, kind of give you guys some framework of how we got here, I remember back in 2012, it was like winter 2012, actually January 2012, so it makes like 10 years ago this month. And I was heading to Disney World to do an internship, and so I was looking for flights to try to get down there or whatever. And you guys know, like when you go to these, you know, the different sites, the airline sites, you know, they have the offers to book, I mean, not to book, but to basically get a card. And I think I was on I know, like I was on the Delta website, and it was the Delta Sky Miles card, and my flight would have been free if I would have, you know, applied for the Delta Sky Miles card. So I'm like, a free flight? All right, bet. You know, not really understanding the whole aspect in terms of what a credit card was, what credit was, you know, how would I pay this money back? If I would have had to pay the money back, all I knew was I was going to Florida for free. You know, so long story short, I ended up getting the American Express, the Delta Sky Miles card. That was my first ever credit card. And man, I swipe on that thing and rarely ever paid the bill on time. I just, you know, I was in my early 20s and just living, you know, crazy. You know, so later on in life, you know, when it was time to do things like purchase different things on credit, you know, different creditors was like, hold on. You know, you got X, Y, and Z. And, you know, I started looking at different options to start trying to repair my credit. And, you know, Self was one of those companies that I saw that you can go in and it's basically a secure loan or whatever that they put inside of a CD. Not a CD like this, not a CD like that. Now, if you were born in the 90s, you know, that little Bow Wow CD was one of the hottest CDs in the 90s. But not a CD like that. What I'm talking about is a special type of savings account. Basically, Self, they put that money inside of a CD for you, and at the end of your term, you can get that money back. Now, when you go, if you've looked at Self's website, you'll see where if you go to the site, you can pick the length of the term that you want to have. That's totally up to you. I chose a 12-month term, so my payment was like $46, $48, something like that every month, and I'll put that right there. And I just put it on auto pay and I just let it come out every single month. Now that first month, I didn't really see any change for real. I mean, when you're trying to get that score to go ahead and boost, you know, you're looking for instant gratification. And I'm gonna just let you guys know, everybody's situation is different. I'm not saying that you won't see change in the first month because you may see change. But I know for me, I didn't start seeing changes when it comes to my score when I started using Self until about 2 or 3 months. Now, once that 2 or 3 month mark start hitting, it started going up like 10 points, 20 points, 30 points, and so on and so on and so forth. So after, a few months, what ended up happening in Self also, they offer a credit card to their customers as well. So the money that you have put inside of your loan, you can now use that money to get a secure credit card with Self. Now, the cool thing about this, y'all, is they don't do like a hard inquiry on the loan side, and they don't do an inquiry on the credit card side. But as you're making those positive payments, they start to show up on your credit report, which is pretty awesome. So it's basically kind of like you can have your cake and eat it too. Double dip the system if you want to. So you got the loan that's posting, positive payments every month, and you got the credit card. If you're doing what you're supposed to do with the credit card, it's posting, positive payments every single month, which does nothing but help your score. So if I can remember, y'all, once I got into like I think it was like month 6 or month 7, what I did was I went ahead and took more of the money that was inside of that loan that I was gonna, basically the money that I was gonna get back at the end of the 12 months. I went ahead and took a little bit more of that money and I put it inside of that credit card to increase the available credit on the credit card. And basically what that does is that can also help your score by taking down your credit utilization, which is worth about 30% of your score. When you look at all these different factors, this can honestly and truly, if you're in that position where you need to establish or you need to rebuild, all these different steps that I just listed in the last couple of minutes can tremendously impact your score and impact your credibility with other creditors. Let's fast forward to month 12. Now, at month 12 or whenever the end of your particular loan, you could go in and you can either do another loan for another 12 months, 9 months, however you want to do it, or you can just go ahead and get the direct deposit. So whatever money that you have left that you paid in, given that let's just say you didn't do the credit card option or whatever. So if I wouldn't have done the credit card, then my payback would have been like $567, and once again, I'll show that right here. But a lot of that money, I end up putting towards the credit card to increase that credit limit. And so I was only giving back maybe like $46 or something like that, and the rest is just, inside of that credit card. But the cool thing about it, at the end of my term, they actually gave me like another $75 of like unsecured credit. So like $75 like bonus credit that I could use, whatever that goes toward that card. So it increased the credit limit, helped out the utilization, tremendously impact the score, which I'll show you guys right here. So from the time that I started Self into the time that I finished with the program, my score went up around 100 points, a little bit over 100 points actually. So for me, it was beneficial. So I know, y'all, it's a case-by-case basis. You may use Self Financial and your score may only go up 25 points, 30 points. Hell, yours may go up 150 or 200 points. It just depends on, what your goals are, the length of your term, and just other different factors. It just goes by case-by-case basis. So that's why I say really the best way to really figure out what it can do for you is just by just doing it. Especially if, like I said, you fall into that category where you're trying to establish, which I mean a lot of people that, they don't even know what credit is. They were kind of like me. So, they don't know what credit is. And two, maybe, you're the type of person you just need to rebuild. You're in the process of getting a couple of things off and you just need, other positive accounts showing up on your account to rebuild. So for those of you guys that's in that second category, what I'm gonna do for you all is I'm gonna drop the link below to my wife's DIY credit repair kit. And y'all, I'm telling you, there's hundreds or maybe even thousands now of people that's in our particular group right now that's been tremendously impacted by using this DIY kit. And so I'll link that down below. If you're like I said, number 2, and you're in the process of wanting to rebuild your credit. All right, you guys, so that's that on this video. It was short, sweet, straight to the point. To me, it was short. I don't know if to y'all it was short or not, but to me, it was short. It was sweet, you know, and I hope this video can help you guys out there. So like I said, make sure if you are doing the financial thing, or if you're doing any type of credit card, if you're doing any type of loan out there, I don't care what it is, just please make sure you're being smart. Don't bite off more than you can chew, because I promise you, you don't want to deal with those problems later. Let's just all continue to be smart, y'all. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the next video. Thanks for kicking it with the Dope Dad.